love and peace. This is Ray. Yes, I am basically recording in my apartment. I'm not recording in my car. The reason for that, is I barely have time to do anything, so I feel like the important aspect is not the special effects or anything fancy behind me, but the word. I will continue to try to record in different locations and whatnot and get some decent video quality, but again, my main concern is to provide you with the right wisdom, the right knowledge, and that's always been my my desire. Sorry for the lighting here. The sun is coming behind me. I was going to open up the window, but light was coming in too strong. So today I want to talk about finding a teacher. Finding a teacher. The reason why I want to talk about finding a teacher is because so many of us, we easily get lost in the belief that we can just easily go out there and see someone and meet someone and they're just going to be our teacher. I like that guy, I like that girl, she's going to be our teacher. And it really doesn't work like that, because here's why. When you just decide that you're going to study with someone because you want to study with them, you like what they're teaching, and you like what they, you love what they're saying, that can lead you astray. That can lead you down incorrect information. Because the reason for that is because a teacher is something that is brought to you when you are ready. You're going to always have different teachers. You're going to have that one main teacher that's going to be your mentor for the rest of your life. The relationship may change. As me and my mentor, we, I was a student straight out the back. He was just my hugest mentor. Love him to death. Would listen to everything he said. And as I continue to develop and become, because what happens is a mentor is there to help you level up, and some people and some students will level up equally, or even surpass, and that's part of the process. But that doesn't mean that we separate ourselves from those mentors. The mentor will always be your mentor. The relationship of a student and a mentor should always be that you always show the love, the admiration, the respect. And those teachers are always there to help us get back on track, to keep us focused. And then you can, as you progress in that with a great relationship with your mentor, what's going to end up happening is that you will end up becoming more like family and best of companions. In many ways, you're going to always help each other, and so you go from being that student to being a teacher as well, and that pleases the teacher. That pleases your mentor. A good mentor wants you to raise the level of a teacher, but to always have the humility and the understanding that we are always both teacher and students. As long as you keep that remembrance, you will always stay humble, you will always stay grounded, you will always stay focused, and you will always be moving forward. Okay? The wrong reason of just deciding that you can just go out and find a teacher is because you hear somebody speak and they sound great. A lot of times when you hear someone speak or you hear their teachings on YouTube or some other resource, or you go somewhere and you see some speaker and right away you're just like, oh, I want to be a teacher. A lot of times he's just showing you they're a reflection. There's a difference between having a reflection, or there's different types of teachers. There's a teacher that reflects and is almost like, hey, I can be this. Hey, you can be that. And then there's that teacher, and let me get a little bit more into that before I pass on, because that was pretty short. But what I mean by that is there are teachers that you look at them, there are people you come across who are teachers, you look at them and you may notice something that they're doing and that you don't like about their character. Maybe there's something you don't like about how they are, and that's a teacher. That's an indirect teacher. Okay, they teach you indirectly, and so we're always teacher and students. At that point, you're learning. So it could be someone at work who just gets on your nerve, and you learn how to have patience. So at that point you say, I'm grateful and thankful for learning to be patient. And then you can even go a little deeper and ask, why is it that how did this individual become like this? Why is this person sour? Or sour, I'm sorry. And the universe or your guides will show you sometimes what this person is going through, what choices or decisions. Those things will become clear, and that's a good reflection, because you can say, well, oh wow, I'm not judging this person, but I'm glad I'm aware of that, because I don't want to be like that. I choose not to go down that path. And a lot of times when you're getting a reflection, that reflection is something that you are carrying, something that you are doing. And so it's not something to be sad about or to knock yourself down, but to basically just be aware, be grateful that you are aware of it, and then get to the point where you're making that decision, whether you're going to walk down that path or you're going to decide to change and not be down the path, and then you just be grateful for that and just bless them and hope that they find a better way and they raise to a higher vibration, so they don't have to continue that path of lower vibrational frequency. Okay, the other types of teachers, someone that again, similar. You see them, they, it could be that motivational speaker, could be that teacher on YouTube, and you see them and you're like, wow, I want to be like them. Yeah, because they're a reflection of the light that is within you, the greatness that is within you. They have a specific gift or something about them that you have within you, and it's like an awakening reminder to awaken to that ability. Maybe you see a strong healer and you're like, wow, I wish I could heal, and I admire them, I love them, I want to do that. Yes, they're helping you awaken, help you making that choice that, yes, I want to be that. And so that's what their job is as a teacher, as a mirror reflection or indirect teacher. So that's a positive way of being an indirect teacher. Another form, the types of teachers that a lot of us hope for, and which is basically the teacher-student relationship, is almost deeper than a father-son or a mother-daughter relationship, because it's not just in the physical, but it's in the spirit. They're helping you awaken to such different levels and understanding, and they're providing you with the wisdom and the guidance, and also in time you develop those traits, and you develop the power to do the things that you want, to make the decisions you want, to live the life you want, and the admiration and the respect and the love that you have for those teachers is like unlike anything that you would find. There are some relationships where you have that with your father or your mother, but that's because they are your teacher. They are forever your teacher. And you may, and let me clarify it as well. If they fall into that category as teachers, in that way, they will be your teacher. Again, we are always teachers and students, but they will be that mentor, that lifetime mentor, or one of the lifetime mentors, because they make such an impact. I've seen that before, where a son or even a mom and a son, or vice versa, a daughter and a mom, or a daughter and a father. They just have that bond that and they learn from the father, and they teach them, and they succeed, and they learn because they're teaching them these things. They teach them how to awaken. So those are mentors too. Sometimes you'll find your mentor when you least expect it. They've always been there with you. Or they decided to guide you from the beginning of time. So and what that means is that they decided that you're going to be the student, you're going to be the child, you're going to be born into the family, and then he's going to be born, or she's going to be born as the mother or father, mentor, and they're going to be there from day one, so that you can go out. And then that's when you see a lot of these people who get that head start in life, and they're just like their life is just so amazing, and people see that light, and they're a huge light in this world. There are some people who just are just in center stage, and it's part of all of it. So we all are on point where we need to be. We are teachers. We are doing what we need to do. We're just playing different roles, different parts, so that we can all rise up together. The relationship of a mentor that I have, and what we normally would consider a real mentor, is you don't look for it. What happens is when you are ready, when you are spiritually ready, and spiritually you will decide spiritually, your spirit will decide and say, I am now ready for the wisdom, the teachings, and I'm looking for a teacher, because that's what happened to me. That's what happens to a lot of us. And when you put that out there, the teacher then is kind of the old saying is true. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that takes being ready spiritually, growing, expanding, being on the path, and asking those questions. And even one technique that I did was I had learned so much of of these universal laws that it became so scrambled in my head. It was like having so much information, I didn't know how to put it together, how to compile it, how to make it work for me. What was this stuff? I mean, I understood some of it. It was just like, it was just so much. It was restless nights, and it was just sleepless nights, and connecting to Source and God, and just all kinds of amazing things that was scary and frightening, and you feel alone, and you feel crazy, and you feel misunderstood and misguided, and I mean all this. You have that monkey chatter, you have all kinds of stuff that is just like, whoa, maybe I'm going nuts, but you're not. You're expanding. Your mind is expanding. All the new memory synapses are developing. A new way of being, of seeing is happening, because as your spirit awakens and that light grows out from within, it comes out, it overflows. Then your physical also changes, and your physical also benefits from that. A lot of us, we neglect the physical, but it's a mind, body, and spirit balance. So that's why you take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's a very good place to be. That's a healthy place to be. So when you have the kind of mentor that, again, I'm talking about, you have that relationship where first of all, let's go back to what I was saying before. When you are spiritually ready, you will kind of like subconsciously and spiritually, your higher self, your divine self will say, okay, now I'm ready. And then you just find that teacher out of nowhere. It just comes out of nowhere. And the teacher is going to be someone that knows. They really are. They can do it in the spiritual, and they can do it in the physical. That's what a real mentor is. That's what a real teacher is. Someone that can really show it. They're not just like talking. When you have these mentors who talk a lot, and they talk big, and they claim they can do this, and they claim they can do that, but when you look at the physical aspect of it, if they've been doing it for such a long time, it should show as well. That light should show. That the physical should mimic the spiritual. What's outside should mimic inside, and vice versa. That's why we have the Emerald Tablets talked about, where it says, as within, so without, as above, so below. As you become that which you believe inside, it will overflow outside of you, and all the circumstances, situations, and events will match that. People, things, everything. If you believe you're poor, you will be poor. If you believe you're rich, you will be rich. Eventually, you will be rich if you stay on that path and you keep developing the belief. But you have to be that first before it's going to come. You just don't go and it's going to come. You don't go out there and it's going to come. No, you have to believe it here and work on believing it here. At the same time, aligning yourself by aligning your internal intent with by taking the outside action. And and if you don't quit, two things are going to happen. One, you're going to succeed, or two, you're going to die before you succeed. Or you're just going to succeed and then die as a mother boy in the future, right? But it's better to succeed either way, and it's better to try either way. Okay? So that's one thing I wanted to bring to your attention. Real quick here, I want to show you guys something. These are some really cool beads. I don't know if you can see. These guys can see this. Really cool beads. Okay, these are lava rock and grounding, and these are like the master stones. Okay, I think it's like cast iron, stuff like that. And there's some other similar. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's kind of dark. It's got some venturin, I think they called, and some other stones. My wife, she makes these, and she blesses people with these by she has this amazing gift of choosing vibrationally. She can choose the different stones, and based off what the person, so if she's speaking to you, she will feel that energy, and she will be guided by source. This is a form of healing, by the way, and these are real. We go all over the place to buy the real thing, and she'll buy the real stones, and then she'll feel the vibration, and she'll separate them. She'll buy like already jewelry like that, and then she'll separate them, and then she'll take the different stones based off the energy she's feeling, that based off the health necessity that you have, or the imbalance that you have, whatever it may be spiritually, and then she'll create these wonderful, beautiful beads. And I'm just trying to encourage her to continue moving forward, because she's just amazing, and it's an amazing gift to be able to give. And the nice thing about it is that, you know, it's a fair price too. I mean, she doesn't, you know, I remember she at one point she had bought something like this, these green beads, and it cost her like close to $200. Where she makes these, it's not even, you know, the value is high, but she doesn't make them and sell them at that value, you know. You have to, she'll sell them probably for, I don't know, maybe like 40, 50 bucks or something like that, maybe even 30, depending on the individual and the need of the individual. So not everybody can afford that. But the nice thing about this, and the reason I'm sharing this with you guys, because if you desire, you want something like this, you know, shoot me out an email, or you know, ask in the put a little statement in the bottom of this channel, and you know, I'll get her in contact with you guys, and I can have like a one-on-one combo, and she can basically feel your energy and then send you something that's so blessed for an amazing price. And the thing too about the price, when you really think about it, and it's something I've learned too. Anybody that knows what I'm talking about will get this. When you are giving, when you give, you must just the give and return. It's like when you give love, you can't just give love and not be able to accept it. You can't be able to. You can't do that. When you, it's like the same thing with Reiki or any equivalent energy exchange. The law of equivalent states that as you give, you got to receive. That's how you constantly refill yourself. So, like I said, the reason why she even charges, because she would love to just give these for free, but she uses the money to buy more so that she can, you know, and then she ends up not even making much because she loses a lot. But she don't care about that because she just loves the people, and she loves to help the people, and that's what it's really all about. She's a true light worker. So she'll take these and she'll make them, and then she'll sell them for a decent price, so that the person, you know, can understand that it does have a value. But because in the human mind, it's like, oh, if it's free, then it may not be good. But if it's got a value to it, then it's got to be great, right? And it's like going to that special super expensive restaurant. That food has got to be good because it's so expensive. And a lot of times you go to some other store or go to get a Wegman sub, and it's like 1,000,000 times better. And it all depends, you know. Sometimes you do get what you pay for. In this case, you're going to get more than what you pay for. So I just want to put that out there because it's a form of healing for everybody. And anything that we can help with, we're more than happy to do that. Just give us, you know, like I said, subscribe to my channel, or write a comment, or send me an email to youinterpretation@gmail.com. That should be on my channel as well. But as for the teachers, you want to be able to not find, but allow. What I did was, when I got to a point where I was saying in my story, I had so much of this information going through my head. I sat down, I asked in meditation, and I said, look, I need a mentor. I'm looking for a mentor, someone that can help me understand this so that I can continue on my path. And I said, I'm grateful and thankful for that. And it took some time. It took some time, probably like after I had stated that, I think it probably took me like maybe 2 years. 2 years. And then I met him in the strangest place. And then just as he went from being successful, and then he had a moment where he lost everything because he got caught up in things. And then he got back up, because remember, we're always human. But he got back up, and he did this. He utilized the same wisdom, same knowledge to become again a success. I mean, like, I'm talking about like success. And this is really amazing when you have a teacher or a mentor who can do that, who can literally make it happen. It's like the person who said, you know, who's successful. Let's say, for example, just for this example, who make money anytime, who can make money anytime. They say, yeah, I'm going to make this amount of money, and they just make it. You know, that's the kind of, you know, if you get that kind of mentor, those are the kind of mentors you want, because not only can they understand the information, but they can perform it. They can teach it. So many teachers are don't get me wrong, I think we need as many teachers and all that stuff, but we also need as many students as well. We always got to remember that we are teacher and student. That's going to keep us being humble and having that humility within us. If you get too big for your britches and you think that you're like this amazing, powerful being, which we are, but if you're not humble and loving about it, then what happens is that because you got to remember, it's a group effort. Being successful in any of the stuff that I talk about is a group effort. It takes being able to utilize your resources mentally, physically, and spiritually, using the spiritual guides, your angels, God, source, universe, using like-minded individuals who are on earth, using the heart and your heart, your instincts to help you to stay in vibration, mind, body, and spirit in alignment with what you desire to be, what path you choose to walk on. And so when you are ready, that right teacher, and you're ready and sincere, that right teacher will show up. It's crazy. It's like they feel the vibration and they're like, oh, here's the student, it's ready. I remember going out to dinner after he realized, because they'll make sure that you're serious, because they don't like wasting their time. That's why they're amazing teachers. And I remember him taking me to, we went out to eat, and then he had a book this big, and apparently he's been writing in this book different things about what he has learned, his experience spiritually. And he puts the book on the table, and he says, this book was always for you. I'm like, what do you mean? He says, these are all the wisdom, all the ideas, the things that have been given unto me, and it was always for you, for my student, and you're that student. And he said, there's a lot of people that they are not serious about this stuff. I think you have to enjoy the path. You have to have fun. You have to be lighthearted, but at the same time, you have to be vigilant. You have to be sincere about if you really want to walk this path. You have to be persistent, determined. You have to be, fearless about it. You have to be wise about it. Humility is on top of the list. You have to have humility. You have to develop tons of patience, tons of love, unconditional love, which is real love, non-judgmental. Because as you change and develop, you're gonna be so sensitive to so many different things that you're gonna come across people who are not gonna be at your level of understanding. And if you don't have unconditional love and allowance of who and what they are, of self-expression, who and what they are, and then what's going to happen is you're going to become judgmental, and then that can cause a domino effect within your own spiritual development, because then that can bring you back down instead of continuing to rise up and to grow with this, and with yourself and life and your partner and whoever it is, that is in your current life or will be in your life. So these are the things that you need to definitely understand about looking for a teacher. You want to have a teacher that's going to be the real deal, someone that really brings the wisdom to the table, can explain it to you, can produce it over and over again in their life, and have many times before, because that's going to help you to grow quickly. Because as you see that, and you see that, wow, this person said this person did that, and they're doing it, they're making it happen, and they're doing it in different levels, and that's just, and you see them too, they'll go through ups and downs. People think that teachers are superheroes. You go through ups and downs. What makes them superheroes is the fact that they learn how to use the faculties of their mind and equivalent with the physical and the spiritual in perfect harmonic vibrational balance to go after what they want. But as long as you're always in this human form, you're always going to have the different ups and downs, and that's why we have to be humble, so that we keep the connection, we keep the groundedness between spirit, the highest aspect of our spirit, and the highest aspect of our human self, in perfect harmony. And when we got that combination together, you got the mind, body, and spirit, which is the triangle, and the energy just flows through, and you're a conduit for great things, and you make great things happen. And that's something I just wanted to share. Again, remember, when you're ready for the master or the teacher, just ask first, and then accept it, and then just let it go. Don't run around seeking it, looking it. Let it go, and know that it's going to happen. And what's going to happen too is that you start to feel a feeling within you when you tune in with your teacher. You will in tune with this teacher, and then eventually this teacher, you'll be able to tell that it's getting closer. It's getting closer. Like, man, I can feel this person coming to my life pretty soon, and then it'll get stronger and stronger and stronger until boom, and then you're sitting there talking to your teacher like, whoa, this guy or this girl is just absolutely wise and deep. As always, this is Ray. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Love and peace. Take care.